Hello, hello, hello. Now I think I have things working. So I'm not sure if it even showed up, but it looks like everything's working just fine now. All right. Well, welcome to Day Trade Options. Hopefully you guys had a great day today. We had a fantastic day in our group, and I would like to basically give a shout out to the members of our group. We have an incredible group of traders. I look forward to trading with them every day. It's just so much fun and so good. It's professional, but also we just have a good time and we are just we're kicking butt. We are absolutely killing it every day. I typically have met my quota by before 10 o'clock almost every single day in the last week and a half, besides the days that I had a couple losses. But outside of that, quota was met, just moved on. I do regret not catching FOMC downside today. But I decided that I was not going to trade the news, and I stuck to my guns, and I did not trade the news. But that's trading. So I'm going to just do a quick recap of my trades today and some trades I think some of my the other members had taken. Just had a great day, even though the morning wasn't that fantastic of a trending morning or whatever. It just goes to highlight how awesome this strategy is, because you can really, if you're patient, there are setups all day long that you can get in and make profits, even if it's quick scalps. um, you may not get a full run in some days, like today was a little bit choppy throughout the day because FOMC was coming. And we were ready for that. We talked about that in the Discord before the market started this morning. We were well aware. Everybody was ready to you really take profits early and scalp and not try to hold too long, because that's, to me, not smart on days like today when you're waiting for FOMC. And they were doing the interest rate decision today, and then we're having then Jerome Powell was speaking at 2:30. So whenever that's happening, you should just be careful. I wouldn't, I for me, I try to get in and get out. Sometimes I'll get in heavier than usual. Sometimes I get in lighter. And I know that doesn't make sense, but heavier meaning I just want to profit as much as I can really quick and then just get out. So today I did get in kind of light, but I was able to meet my quota pretty quick, and so that was fantastic. So anyhow, I my first one of my trades was Meta. Early morning, I got into Meta. I got in a little early on it, um, and I ended up taking a loss. It was only about a $5-6 loss, and how that occurred was when I had this push down and then a big move over the 621.51. I got in Meta. I told the group, hey, I'm getting in. I like what happened right here. I want to give this a chance for a breakout move. Well, I didn't get that, but I did get in right as it broke over this level. It pulled all the way back down really quick, started coming back up. So I added back in pretty heavy on this candle here. Once it got up back up to this line and just closed, I scaled off some profit. So I was actually in okay profit on this at this level. I think I was only up like $220 or something. Not a huge deal. I wasn't in that heavy, but I was up about $200, 227, 230, whatever. And then I got this candle. And as it started coming down, I just told everyone, hey, I don't like what's going on here. I'm going to go ahead and just hop out. So I got out here, which then I think I was down five, $5 to $7. So no big deal, just easy in, easy out. So it was a good decision to get out, because I may have got out here, but this was money. This was money. We talked about this in the channel. We talked about how 617 was holding it up, And I believe I know a couple traders got in this trade. They traded all the way to 625. Um, I did my other trades that I got in was Nvidia, and Nvidia was a really good trade for me. Oops, wrong day. Um, and so pulling up my Nvidia trade so I can look at it real quick. Okay, so this trade was actually it was right here. When we cleared this 135, I got in on this candle here and I rode it all the way up to this candle. Actually, I got out on this candle before it went down. So I exited. Well, actually, it was this candle. So I exited like at the perfect timing on Nvidia. Super, super good trade. Very clean, very good profit. So, uh, what happened to my LRC level? Oh, my LRC is missing. Don't know what happened to that. That's really weird. Let me open that back up and try again. Here we go. Now you can see what I was looking at. So what I was looking at, and this is very key, guys, if you are trying this strategy out for the first time, or even if you've been using this strategy, this is this is really, really something you should try to focus on. And it's been helping. It's been working every single day as entries and exits. But this particular setup is just a excellent, excellent entry. Whenever you see the price, if you're just patient and you see price come up, it gets above the red, rejects it, comes back down. Now this is a long LRC level. Those I provide to everyone. I show you how to use them. If you don't know how to set up a long LRC, I do have a. I need to put it in my description. I will put it in the description, a link to the long LRC, how to set it up. So it's a manual setup. There isn't an indicator that you can, put in TOS or anywhere that I know of that will give you the long LRC. You have to draw those manually because the levels and the areas are subjective. And just check out my video. I'll put it in. That way you can have a direct link to it, and it'll show you how to set up the long LRCs. But they are extremely important. You can see that price came down, hit the long LRC, pushed back up, stopped at the 135 in the red, pushed back down to the long LRC, pushed back up. And right here, I was looking for this to clear the red. And when it did, it closed, I entered. I entered pretty decent amount on this trade. I wasn't in super heavy, but I did take it all the way up. I scaled out on this push. I held this entire run because I didn't really have a reason to get out, and I exited right here. Oh, I think I actually scaled out one more when I finally got to the yellow, but I exited the remaining of my trade here just before this happened. So it was like a perfect timing. And I also had that happen with an SPX trade today. So it was just really, really great trading. I did really well with my trades today. Um, and I only got into a couple, so it's kind of been my theme lately. I haven't been getting into a lot of them. Hold on, I'm pulling up my. Oh, I actually got out sooner on this one. I'm confusing this with my SPX. I had the wrong chart up. Sorry, guys. Don't want to mislead you there. I actually got in on. Oh, so I'm completely wrong. So scratch everything I just said. My entry for Nvidia was right. Oops, was right here. It was the second candle. When this rejected here, I entered there. Sorry guys, I was looking at this is when I got into my SPX trade. Um, so I had the wrong, I have a chart up that shows me when I got in, when I got out, over on my other monitor, and I had the wrong one pulled up. So I entered here, I scaled out one there, I added, when this pushed down and started going back over this cyan, I added back in to my NVIDIA trade. I did scale out again at my 135 level, and I exited on this candle right there. So this was a great trade, good profit. Um, and so just really simple. This was more of a break above. And because I saw this rejection of the red LRC, another very important thing for you to pay attention to when you're using the LRC strategy is pay attention for the first candle, first couple candles, or the first candle. If they come down and they just hit right at it, or I mean, literally, most of them are hitting right on the candle, and you see it push back up off, if your next candle starts going, that direction, that to me is an entry, especially if you're over the 20 and the 200. So very easy entry. This could have been a trade for me here as well on NVIDIA. I did not get into that on NVIDIA. I made a mistake there. I got in on SPY or SPX. Um, and I got on SPX at, let me get that one out of my way and pull up my SPX trade. This one was at 9. I got in on this candle right here, which was crazy because typically I don't trade into the 200 EMA, but since we were pretty extended and then we got back over the 604, the long LRC and the 20 EMA, I got in on this candle here. I got in three contracts or 4 contracts. Sorry, got in 4 SPX calls. I rode it up to here. I scaled out right as I touched the cyan. I rode up to the 200. I scaled out again on this rejection of the 200. I didn't get out here like I normally do. I held. I used my LRCs at this time to be my guide. Let me make sure I'm set up on a 2 multiplier. I had it on 2 multiplier this morning when I was trading SPX. Yep, it's on a 2 multiplier. You see width multiplier right here. If I had that on a 1, or if you're using a 1, I'll show you what that looks like. Basically, it just tightens the channels up a little bit. Recently, I've been using 2 on my main trading platform, my main trading chart, but on my grids, I keep them on 1. That way I can kind of compare. So if I have some stocks that the channels are really wide width, the 1 comes in really handy. If I have some stocks where the channels are tighter width and I want a little bit more spread out like these, I will then change to a 2 or sometimes a 3 depending on the stock. But I got in right here, scaled out on this push, scaled out on that push. I had 2 remaining. This was a trend line. I didn't mess around with this trend line because nothing really happened. It just kind of went right through it, so I actually need to remove it. And I scaled out here, and I was up a lot on this trade. I had at this point I was up like I think 50%, and when I got up to here I was like 70% or I think I was 75% on this push up. I ended up exiting my last trade that I was holding. My last position was around I think I was around like a 60%. This little pullback was like 60%. So I exited right here. Fantastic trade. I didn't honestly expect to get this good of a move during the day. It was not what I was expecting. So I, Joe just mentioned in the chat, like talking about the SPX short. I should have done this, but I don't like trading news so much. It just seems to be gambling a lot, but man, I could have. It would have been really easy to do a strangle right before news, right? Do a strangle, hop in, do a really expensive strangle, wait, see which way it goes. If it starts going down, or maybe give it 2 or 3 candles. So a strangle is going to make you profit and give you a loss. And if you continue one way, you get rid of the one and then just hold, and good night. This would have been probably probably $15,000 trade just with one SPX at the money, maybe even more. I don't know. I'd have to go and figure it out, but that's just an insane move. And wow, I love it though, because now we have more levels to look forward to. But to put this into perspective, check this out. That's our 1 hour chart. This is how many weeks that we've been moving up, and now we're right back there again. So we're still in an uptrend. Even though this happened, I wouldn't get all crazy and think that, this was a dump, the market's crashing. No, no. Check the other thing to look at. Look at this. This is my long LRC. This is an uptrend, guys. We would have to be breaking this, at least this, or even here for this to be considered a downtrend, right? We're still way, way up. So nothing to be concerned with. What I do like is, if you notice my long LRC, this is where it held. So I'll be looking at that tomorrow and prepared to get into possible calls for a rebound to move back up. Maybe, we'll see. I don't want to come in the day biased, but that's what I would look for. Those were two of my really good trades. I also did have a really good, I'm sorry, some of our members had some good Tesla trades. I didn't get in the Tesla trade, but man, was it beautiful. Um, and I do want to go over another. This is just a technical way to, just some information on trading. When you're trading on the 2 minute time frame, I don't see this work as well on other time frames. It may, so do your own due diligence, figure it out. But I've found that this is so incredible for just something to pay attention to. So a couple of the traders got in right as price crossed and retested right here the 470 level. They stayed in this thing until it hit yellow and exited. Some exited like around in here, didn't hold long enough. Um, and it's one of our members. I'm not going to mention names, but we chuckle because every day he gets in, he gets his quota and gets out, and then every single time he gets his quota, he's like, dang, I should have held. So we were talking about making some merch, some T-shirts or something like that that says, "Dang, I should have held," with day trade options logo. And but anyhow, just funny stuff today. But here's what I wanted to point out. Um, One thing for you to pay attention to when you're trading the 20 EMA, the 200 EMA on a 2 minute time frame, that's very, very, very important that it's a 2 minute time frame. Or you need to find the equivalent to a 20 on a 20 on a 2 on whatever time frame you are trading. Um, so one second. Um, so when you're in a trending move on a stock, like Tesla or any stock, right? And then you get a break, you get a move down through the 20 EMA. One thing that I've noticed over the years, and it's just something that I've picked up on, that if you get a move back up through that 20 and you're still above the 200, right? You never breached the 200 EMA. and you come down and you're just above the 200, you get back over, you should enter right there 10 times out of 10 times. If this goes against you, goes below this level, just exit. Take a small loss. Don't worry about it. But I can tell you, probability of getting this parabolic move is pretty dang high. I don't know what the stats are. All I know is we were literally talking about this move because we had one of our new members that had traded this to the downside, and I was really nervous for it because I thought, "Ooh, you're getting into a stock that's really on a strong move, and you're trading into, LRC 200." But she ended up taking profit. So she was actually able to profit. I believe she profited on this. Um, and then as she was we were discussing it, it was kind of starting to happen, and I was telling the group, like, as it was happening, hey, just watch this. If you get back over, there's something really special that happens when we break through the 20 and move back up. You sometimes, not always, nothing's always in trading, right? But a lot of times you get these big squeeze moves, and I kid you not, right as it was happening, as I was talking about it, it happened, and it was just like beautiful. And I think a couple people actually got in as I was talking about it. So fantastic trades today. Congrats to everyone that traded. Congrats to everyone that caught the um, the dump in the market after FOMC. This was a moneymaker. I hope that you got in this, Joe. That would have been, man, that just would have printed like no other. The other trade that was a decent trade today, there were several. Oh, and I'll show you the other I called out, and some other the members made some good profits on. One was this TSM pushed up off the 202, entry here, exit, exit on this candle coming back down, came all the way through, pushed back up, enter here, hold, scale out. Probably, I mean, you just exit when you get into this mess. If you can't get over a level, you could either just continue to hold until you break back through the 20, or exit and then wait for a retest. But that TSM trade was a really good trade. We got into that today. And then I called out two more. One was Goldman Sachs. Oh, I called out several more, but um, these were really, really great trades. It's just super easy. I just want to show these because I think people need to really focus on consolidation and trades that can really set up. So this was exactly what I drew today. I didn't redo this. This was sitting here from today when we were talking. And matter of fact, I can show you. I put it in my general chat. Let's see, for everyone to look at. Here it is. I'm bringing it over. This is what I put into the general chat. You can see it was at, what time was it? Like 11. Let's see, it was right here, next candle, right. So it was literally when this candle was starting. I put in this box and I showed everyone. I was like, guys, if this price breaks below this box or above this box, that's your entry. Immediate entry. I would take it as a breakout. And then if it goes back into the box, give yourself a range that you're willing to risk. You could risk down to this candle. You could risk the 20 EMA, or you could just make it a very small risk, and any close back inside the box, you exit. But if you take this, this is what they got. And they got it. And it was fantastic. Just super easy, super simple. Wasn't a difficult thing to notice or recognize. You could do this yourself. You don't really need anyone showing you, how to find this stuff. It's just right in front of your eyes. Pay attention to the consolidation, draw a box around it, enter the trade. I'm going to go ahead and close that out now. Exit that, get rid of this one as well. And then Goldman Sachs was another one that I talked about that could have been traded to the downside. And there's so many of these that set up, guys. It was, where was the Goldman Sachs? I think it was Goldman Sachs. No, that's at 2 o'clock because it was, I think it was when this was happening right here. Yeah, maybe it wasn't Goldman Sachs. Whichever one it was, it actually worked out. But there was another trade that was very similar to this. I mean, you could actually do that here, right? But that was FOMC. Everybody would have got that regardless, if they got into it. But there, I can't remember what it was. Was it IBM? Did I call that out? No. Okay, well, I do know that IWM was one that I was talking about. Look, I mean, look how much movement we had on IWM coming up and down in this channel. And then look at, man, its drop was massive. So huge drops. I can't wait for tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be a fantastic day. Um, I don't think I had any other trades, guys. I know that a couple of the members traded um, Microsoft. I'm not 100% sure when they got in. It wasn't the greatest price action when they got in. It was very, very choppy. But they traded it all the way up, I think, to the 452.22 level. So super good trade. One or two of the members got in Microsoft. But that's pretty much it. If you guys want me to look at something, you wish it was a two. Wish it was a two. I'm not sure what you mean by wish it was a two. Um, anyhow, so guys, I appreciate it. I'm gonna hop off. Got some things to do with the family. But man, what a great day. Again, easy, easy, easy. Um, so I appreciate you guys watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more of these videos, more of my trading recaps. And once again, I really appreciate everyone that comes in and watches, and hopefully you guys are learning something and I'm able to actually help you and help you guys to be better traders. That is my goal. And I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a great evening.